Hey everybody, we're just gonna do a real quick share of one direction we want to go in with our EL team. So on behalf of Mr. Patterson, Karina, Marco, and our district TOSAs, I'm just gonna be briefly presenting about one ELD standard that we can implement cross-curricularly, and then hopefully with the intent of looking at a couple resources and then coming back to share all in the May faculty meeting if something went well for you in this exploration. So, our standard to focus on is standard 1A, collaborative discussions. So dialogue with others, classroom talk, domain-specific vocabulary acquisition as well is all part of this. So to define the standard, it's just simply exchanging information and ideas via oral communication and conversations, interacting via written English as well, offering opinions, negotiating with or persuading others, adapting language choices to various contexts and other language resources. So it's convoluted, it's heavy, but at the end of the day, the standard just really focuses on getting students to talk. Part of the integrated designated ELD is like that academic language as well, not just conceptual vocabulary, meaning like not just conversations in science or math or English class, but like being able to share opinions in any academic setting. So some resources that we have to share with you. There's a language bookmark, peruse through, Google Drive. If it's open as a resource, just, type it in and it'll come up. And usually our permissions are open. So just swoop resources as you can. So that looks like ground rules for class discussion. So things that you already do and you do coherently. It's just now when you plop this standard onto it, then woo, we're serving ELD and ELs. Let's see what else. So there's the class rules, the discussion guide, and then there's all the sentence starting frames to encourage that academic language. Another source I have to share with you is the Kinsella frames. This is from our January 10th PD. It's just it's just in the mix. It's things that people already do. It's things that people already do well. But when you add that label of ELD standard, then we're servicing our students more conscientiously, something like that. So we have the asking for clarification. We have some paraphrasing, partner and group reporting, as I was saying, kind of things. So like there you do a lot with that. And then the final one is the callback, that academic language function toolkit. And this has been floating around our district since before I started here. So I know that these might be in paper and some filing cabinets. There's also like those posters too that float around. Some people have them and some people don't. They're blue and yellow. They have those frames for discussion where you can just pull like one at a time for what you need. So if that looks a little bit familiar, summarizing information. So going back to what our goal is. Our goal is to implement the standard in your class with a heavy EL population. How do you know which class is a heavy EL population without the title of SCI? Look in your Infinite Campus roster. Look for your little flags for Altel or STEL, and as many flags as you have, that's your class with the heaviest EL population. So one simple thing that we could do across the board, PE, I understand that this isn't necessarily possible all the time for you, but include some kind of slide into your academic lesson with a sentence frame. So maybe peruse and notice that you need to have students report out findings in math, or they have to report out some kind of answer in science, or make a comparison in social science or world cultures. So maybe include that sentence frame and a conceptual vocabulary word. Conceptual vocabulary has to do with your content specifically. So like in science, like what I'm going to use a sentence frame and like mitosis specifically. And then in math, I'm going to use a sentence frame and use like I don't know, a math word, right? There's more to this which we can follow up with, of course. But then, in English class, depending on what you're reading, sentence frame, vocabulary word, give a little bit of think, pair share time with their table mates, their shoulder mates, and then call out for answers, and we'll see how it goes. Good luck. Let me know if you need anything. Thank you.